Welcome back, Cosmic Divers. You ready to dive right back in?
Always ready.
Let's go!
All right, so last time we left off, we were talking about Karina's journal.
Yeah, that's right. Phase 2 of the Mermaid, Ascension Trials, and things were starting to get really interesting.
Really interesting is an understatement, I think,
Ah,
because today we are focusing on the twin relics.
those ancient bowls.
Yeah, for interdimensional communication. And, well, we know both Karina in a past life and Lucas have them now.
Right.
And we are calling this episode Twin Relics Mystical Heist because things took a wild turn.
That's one way to put it.
I mean, they really did. They accidentally opened a portal
Yeah.
leading to a forbidden place. This is like a top secret location known as the Keisha Salon.
Or, as some people call it, the Treasury Room.
So that's where we're headed today. We're going to try to unpack exactly what happened and what it all means.
Absolutely.
I think the thing that I find most fascinating is that the bowls, which we know are supposed to connect to a parallel world, right?
They kind of created a back door to multiple locations.
Right. It wasn't exactly what they were expecting.
Not at all. And this all happened while they were sleeping.
Like during the night. So strange.
So strange. Karina, Lucas, Christina, and Junior.
It makes you wonder if the bowls have a mind of their own. I mean, they weren't actively trying to open these portals, right?
Not at all.
And where they ended up wasn't even the intended destination.
You're right. The journal entries suggest the bowls were trying to connect to, let me get this right, a nebula in Auriga.
Exactly. And that's important because it's near passageways leading right to the Keisha Salon, this super well-guarded treasury.
So maybe this proximity, this connection was always a risk. Like, was it built into the bowls somehow?
Possibly.
It does make you wonder. Okay, so we got to talk about the Keisha Salon for a second, because this place is serious business.
Very serious. Guarded by a demon named Bahamesh.
Scary stuff.
And before him, it was a queen. She protected it with her magic for 1,000 years.
1,000 years. That's a very long time to be guarding something.
And then she disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to her. And Bahamesh took over.
Wow. So picture this. You've got Lucas, Karina, Christina, and Junior.
Yeah.
They're all pulled into this Keisha Salon.
Which is like an otherworldly treasury.
Right. And Lucas and Karina, they've had some experience with astral travel. But for Christina and Junior, this is all brand new.
They're just thrown in the deep end. Imagine how disorienting that would be.
Talk about a rude awakening. All right. But here's where it gets even weirder. The portal dropped each of them right in front of a specific object. It's like the bowl somehow knew what they wanted, what they were drawn to.
Yeah, it's as if it sensed their desires, or maybe even their souls.
So can you even describe what the Keisha Salon looks like? What did they see?
Well, from the journal entries, it sounds like walking into a royal palace. Golden columns, sparkling jewels, chests overflowing with treasure, you name it.
It's almost overwhelming to imagine.
It really is. I mean, talk about treasure. There's the diadem of wisdom, the bracelet of transformation, the book of doom, and that's just to name a few.
And don't forget the wings of invisibility, the mirror of beauty.
It's the sacred rings.
Yeah, and even like a sort of sovereignty. It's like something out of a fantasy novel.
And each item is incredibly powerful. But there's one that really stands out, right? The Rajha ring.
Right.
This ring. Well, the story goes that it grants its wearer a lot of power. But over time, it absorbs them.
So the queen, the one who protected the Keisha Salon for all those years, the rumors say that the ring eventually consumed her. It's a cautionary tale, isn't it? About the dangers of such powerful objects.
Very much so.
So what did everyone end up taking? I know Lucas, well, he's described as a former collector in the Pleiades.
So maybe he has a bit of a magpie instinct.
Possibly. He saw the Book of Doom and realized, okay, this is important. And what did he do? He hid it in a secret parallel world, a place that only he can access.
Smart move. Safeguarding that knowledge.
Karina, she thought she was going to Drumstroni. But no, she found herself in the Keisha Salon. And, well, she's always been fascinated by flight. So, of course, she's drawn to the wings of invisibility. Yeah.
And where did you put them? Seed's world. A realm where she has a key. And apparently it can hold any size magical artifact.
That's handy.
Very handy. And then there's Christina. She's lived 10 lives as a courtesan, so beauty and allure are kind of her thing. And what does she find? The mirror of beauty.
Like the bowl was reading her mind.
Right. She takes the mirror and hides it in a secret compartment in her closet. But get this, It can only be accessed when she's asleep.
That adds a whole other layer of weirdness to this,
That's
doesn't it? How these portals and objects work.
For sure.
Okay.
Okay, last but not least, Junior. Now, he wasn't even part of the whole bowl activation thing, but he was close enough to get pulled in. And at 13, he's all about video games and strategy.
So what's he drawn to? The 3 sacred rings.
And the Sword of Sovereignty.
The ultimate power-ups.
Right. He stashed them in his room. I can almost picture it, ancient magical artifacts next to his gaming console. It's kind of funny to think about. But it also goes to show you that the bowls, they tap into something fundamental. Desire. Doesn't matter how old you are or what you know.
So they wake up the next day.
Right.
And at first they think it was just a really, really vivid shared dream.
But then, one by one, they find the objects, real, tangible objects, in their hiding places.
Yep.
And suddenly, the reality of what they'd done, what they'd stolen, hits them.
Talk about a shock. So Karina and Lucas, they have a conversation. And Karina notices something new on her bowl. There's a map etched onto it now, a map of the entire universe.
It's like the bowls are evolving, revealing new capabilities as they're being used.
And they decided not to tell Christina and Junior about the Quiche Salon, at least not yet. Can you blame them?
Not really. I mean, it's a lot to process, and they need to figure out what it all means before they start alarming people.
Yeah. And during this conversation, Lucas drops a bit of a bombshell. He explains that the inscriptions on his bowl, they're not just decoration, they're an access code.
And everyone has a different code.
Right. And he gives this stark warning. If you use the bowls without the right code, you'll be devoured.
So there are safeguards in place.
Serious safeguards. Which makes you wonder, what kind of forces are connected to these bowls? What kind of entities are they guarding against?
Chilling, isn't it?
Very chilling. So they decided to try something. They attempt to communicate with another dimension.
Using a ritual described in the journal. Drawing a circle, inscribing ancient symbols.
Pouring water into the bowl. And then Karina recites her unique code. Fa enis ad frio feruzes desenet solo.
What happened?
Well, an Egyptian man named Hadams appears in a turban, looking very stern. In his first words, return what you stole or suffer grave consequences. Talk about making an entrance.
No messing around there.
None at all. And he specifically lists what they stole. The Book of Goom, the Wings of Invisibility, the Sacred Rings, the Sword of Sovereignty, the Mirror of Beauty.
No doubt about it. This was real.
And then he mentions Bahamish, the guardian of the Quiche Salon. Bahamish doesn't know about the theft yet, but he will. And when he does, he's going to hunt them down.
So now they have a very real threat to worry about.
It was at that moment, with the image of those beautiful wings so clear in her mind and with Hadam standing right there in front of her, that Karina knew this was no dream.
The truth had finally sunk in.
They'd stumbled into something way over their heads, a highly protected interdimensional vault. And now they had to deal with the consequences. So their first priority, get those artifacts back from Christina and Junior. Like yesterday, it's like they'd accidentally set off some ancient alarm and they need to disarm it before it's too late.
And here's the twist.
Ta-da.
Lucas, he's resourceful, that's for sure. Maybe a little bit of a trickster, too. He creates a perfect copy of the Book of Doom.
A perfect copy. Really?
That's what the journal says.
That's incredible. Where did he even learn to do that? And what does it mean that he can make a copy? What are the implications for the Quiche Salon, for Hadams, for Bahamish?
Exactly. It raises so many questions. But it did buy them some time.
True.
And in the end, after all this, after everything that happened, Karina and Lucas decided to stop using the bowls.
After just 6 months.
Yeah. The journal entries, they talk about realizing just how dangerous the bowls are.
A black hole, awakened forces.
Yeah. The consequences could be catastrophic if they kept going. So for now, the bowls are hidden away under enchanted flowers.
So let's recap. We've been on a wild ride through Karina's journal, haven't we? We started with the accidental activation of the twin bowls, which then led to this unintended brooch into the Quiche Salon.
An interdimensional treasury packed with incredibly powerful artifacts.
And they stole some of those artifacts, not on purpose, but still. And we met Hadams, who made it very clear that there are consequences.
They're very clear.
And that there are guardians like Bahamish watching, waiting.
And we learned that Lucas is a lot more than meets the eye. Creating a fake Book of Doom. That takes skill and knowledge.
And in the end, they realized just how dangerous the bowls are.
They had to stop using them.
Yeah. I think what gets me is that we're starting to understand just how powerful these bowls are.
Yeah. And how little we know about them.
There's this whole network of guardians and ancient forces surrounding them. And what about you, listeners? What are your thoughts? What does this accidental heist tell us about the real purpose of the bulls?
And what about Karina's destiny?
Remember, the bulls responded to their desires.
To their souls.
So what does that reveal about Lucas? About Karina?
About Christina and Junior.
What do their choices in the Keisha salon tell us about who they are deep down? And how will all of this affect the trials that are still to come?
That's a lot to think about.
It is. We'll definitely be exploring all of this further in future deep dives.
Absolutely. Stay tuned, Cosmic Divers.
There's so much more to uncover.